Salut à toutes et à tous, c'est Okrad. Aujourd'hui, on se retrouve pour un nouvel épisode de notre Let's Play sur Elex. J'espère que vous allez bien. Bon, je sais pas pourquoi j'utilise le ton de Gags, salut à lui d'ailleurs, hein. J'aime bien ce qu'il fait, donc y a rien de méchant là-dedans. Je ne sais pas, c'est contagieux. Vous savez, cette manière de parler, je ne suis pas content. Voilà. Bon, bref, j'espère que vous allez bien. Pour ma part, tout va pour le mieux. On s'est... Ah.
Did you know there were some weapons brought back here to Goliad? Energy weapons taken from the clerics? I'd be interested in getting a look at them, if you know how I could get a chance to do that.
And if I did know something about them?
That would be good, for both of us. Listen, what I need is some help. Let's be straight. You recently tracked down a pair of cleric weapons, didn't you?
Is that an accusation?
This is a small town with lots of big mouths. There aren't really that many secrets. So, have you given those weapons over to the pit? Or do you still have them? I know some people who would be happy to pay for them. The berserkers don't want them. The clerics do.
What will you pay me for them?
Of course. I can offer you Elexit if you give them to me. That would only be fair. And should you wish to learn more about technology, I could point you to where answers can be found.
I'll sell the weapons to you.
Sell? No, think of this as a finder's fee. I'll make sure these get back to the right place.
Oh. Vous avez vu, hein, quelqu'un ne va pas aimer cela. Donc là déjà, je me suis mis quelqu'un à dos. Je ne sais pas qui, quoi, comment, mais bon, déjà je me suis mis dans le caca. Un bon début d'épisode en somme. Hein. Bon, alors sachez que... Ah bah tiens, voilà Gags. Décidément. Ouais, donc je vous disais... Sur cet épisode, il risque d'y avoir une coupure. Enfin, c'est même pas il risque, il va y avoir une coupure à un moment donné, puisque bah, juste après, je dois, faire à manger, voilà, pour mon petit loulou. Donc, bah voilà, forcément, je ferai une petite coupure. Après, pour vous, c'est invisible. Vous avez vu ce petit saut là? Hop là. Ça c'est beau. Donc ouais, il y aura une pause. Sachez-le. Voilà, au moins, je vous préviens dès le début d'épisode. Mais pour vous, ce sera quasi invisible, hein, voilà. Juste, comme je vous l'ai dit, au moins... Ah bah non, on va pas y aller, là. On va pas commencer à voler, déjà qu'on s'est mis peut-être quelqu'un à dos, là. Formag, non, c'est pas à lui que je dois parler, c'est à lui, là-bas. Bonjour. Ah, c'est Duras. Ah, c'est peut-être lui qui va pas kiffer ça. Oh.
So, you decided to stick around. Well... I've been given a job by Warlord Ragnar that I think might suit you, if you want to stay around for longer.
Parle-moi de ce boulot.
Tell me about the job.
Well, the task I have on offer should profit you, and though it's not the best way to sell our community to you, it should demonstrate that we're open about things here. You see, there was a murder committed just outside Goliad a few months ago. A rather dedicated berserker named Askor was killed. There's been an investigation, but no definitive answers as to why he was killed. So, Ragnar wants me to follow up and find the murderer.
And what can I do?
Well, I'm having trouble getting answers from people. Maybe an outsider will have more success getting them to open up. Would you talk to the suspects and see what they have to say?
Parle-moi de la victime. Passe pas, on est en pleine conversation là, dis donc.
Tell me about the victim.
His name was Askor. He was a warrior, newly promoted from cultivator. Ragnar had high hopes for him, but Askor wasn't popular. He went missing around Mana's Eve 3 months ago. No one knew where he'd gone, and it wasn't like he had many shards to up and disappear with. Then one of Ragnar's patrols found Askor's body rotten up in the forest. It looks like he was stabbed several times with a sword. Whoever did it was strong enough to overcome him, but clumsy. They didn't find anything on Askor to point to who might be the murderer.
Ok.
And you think I can find the killer?
You're a stranger here. That means you might see things I won't.
What kind of logic is that?
To be honest, I think this is a dead-end job. But Ragnar, against all the evidence, seems to think it was a berserker that killed Ascor, and he wants answers. Me, I think it's a wild goose chase. None of Ragnar's questioning has thrown up any proof a berserker was involved in this, so chances are it was an Alb, an outlaw, or a reaver. But if a warlord has an itch to scratch, then that means we have to go and scratch it. So, let's cross all these suspects off the list and give them some closure.
Is this why you brought me to Goliath? To do your dirty work?
I brought you to Goliath to give you a chance. And this is a way to earn it by getting a warlord on your side.
Ok.
Does Ragnar think a berserker murdered Ascor?
Ascor was killed with a sword, and there aren't too many people who use swords outside of Idan. But if Ragnar's right, then there must be someone who was outside the walls at the time of the crime. So, Ragnar drew up a list of 5 suspects. No idea why these 5 exactly, but Ragnar will have his reasons.
Ok. Bah, je vais dire, je trouverai le meurtrier. Hein.
Find the murderer.
Ragnar wants answers. He seems determined to find out what happened. Myself, I don't know if we'll ever know what happened. But if we can eliminate these 5 suspects, he might let us go. And who knows? Maybe one of them did do it, and you'll get the proof.
Ok, ok. Donc qui sont les suspects, hein, du coup?
Suspects. A group of people who were out there in the forest at the time of the murder. First on the list is Baron. He's a guard. Well, he's supposed to be a guard. As far as I know, he doesn't have an alibi. But I think the only real reason he's on the list is because he knew Ascor when he was younger. Then there's Thorgal. He's in charge of a world heart in Abessa. I have no idea why Ragnar would put him on the list. Maybe just to be complete. Third is Garen, a hunter. He was reliable, but he seems to have lost heart in himself. There's something troubling him. Last are Eardor and Rock. Rock I can't get a handle on. There's something he's not happy about. Eardor is still wet behind the ears. Bit of a whiner, but seems to care about his job. They were all outside Goliath at the time of the murder.
Ok. Je vais dire, que veux-tu que je leur demande? Évidemment.
Me to ask them.
Where they were 3 months ago around Mana's Eve when the crime was committed. What they thought of Ascor. I doubt you'll get a confession. I doubt any of them did it, but you'll get a sense of the men, and then you can report back to me so we can close the case.
Where can I find them?
They're all still out there. Track them down, then report back to me when you've discovered something.
Ok. Bon, je vais mettre fin à la discussion. Hein. On va pas s'éterniser là-dessus, on a compris le but. D'ailleurs, je vais regarder la carte. Non, c'était là. Preuve circonstancielle, on va repérer ici. Est-ce que... Ouais, parfait. Vous savez qu'LX2, je l'ai fait en... limite sans jamais activer ma carte. Vraiment, c'était dingue. J'ai tout activé. Enfin, j'ai tout fait sans activer. Et vers le milieu du jeu, ouais, un peu plus que le milieu même, je dirais, parce que j'étais déjà dans une faction et tout. Et ben, là, je me suis dit, oh, ah bah oui, on peut activer la carte pour voir où sont les trucs. Et je cherchais des fois pendant des heures. Après, ce qui était bien, c'est que ça me permettait de me perdre. Et dans les open world, j'aime beaucoup me perdre. Je vous le dis franchement, j'adore ça. Prendre des chemins sinueux, juste pour le plaisir. Juste pour le plaisir. Hop, attention. Au crade, fais attention. Fais pas le fou. Ok. Juste pour le plaisir de se perdre un peu dans un monde ouvert qui est en plus plutôt vivant, hein, c'est plutôt bien foutu. Bon là, le jetpack pour l'instant il est pas ouf. Hein. Je vous le dis franchement, il est pas dingo, mais il va s'améliorer. Il va s'améliorer, enfin en tout cas si c'est comme dans le 2, il va grave s'améliorer même. Bon alors, où sont les zigotos là? On va les trouver hein. On va commencer par ceux qui sont le plus loin, comme ça au moins on est tranquille. Je sais pas ce que vous en pensez, au moins ça nous permet de partir à l'aventure un petit peu. Hop, hop. De toute façon moi je ne suis que les flèches qu'il y a sur le radar, mais tout en prenant des chemins qui sont complètement loufoques. Parce que j'aime ça tout simplement. Donc je vous le disais, Ce let's play, dans tous les cas, ce sera un let's play à l'envie, tranquillou. Pas de prise de tête, pas de deadline non plus, hein. Je me dis pas, bon, celui-là, faut que je l'ai terminé dans 3 mois. Si ça doit mettre 6 mois, ça mettra 6 mois. C'est pas grave. De toute façon, je sais que c'est pas un let's play qui va cartonner. Enfin, je ne pense pas, du moins. Mais ça me tenait à cœur de faire un let's play, au moins un, sur ma chaîne d'un jeu Piranha Bytes. Pour moi, ça reste un studio très important. Alors, ouais. On va sortir l'arme, là. Oh, ça esquive et tout, cette saleté, là? Ok. Bon, on va se méfier, alors. Si ces trucs-là commencent à nous esquiver... Ah, l'autre, là-bas, là, j'ai pas envie d'aller chatouiller, hein. Je sens que ça va piquer. Vous avez vu celui qui fouille le sol, là? Ah. Ah oui, d'accord, il m'a spot. Il m'a spot, le cochon. Ouah, il m'a eu. Ouah. Il m'a tellement spot à des kilomètres. C'est pas grave. Ça va, j'ai pas subi trop de dégâts. C'est encore correct. Après, je me suis mis pas mal d'endurance. Hein? Qu'est-ce qu'ils veulent? Mais cassez-vous, les gars! Et je veux... Oh là! Oh là, j'ai été me mettre dans un bourbier, là. Ah, et puis ils vont me suivre, hein. Je vous le dis, sur Elex, les ennemis, c'est pas un MMO, quoi. Ah, ils vous suivent, ils vous suivent. Hein. Ah, ils me tirent dessus, en plus. On va courir. Bon, eux, ils étaient pas cool. Oh, des dinos. Ouais, je crois que je suis en train de me mettre dans un sacré bourbier, là. Attendez, on va regarder un peu la carte. Où est-ce que je dois aller? Oh, ils sont loin! Ah ouais! On va y aller, hein, mais... Oh oh! Oh oh! Oh non, ça va, c'est un raptor faible. Tiens, dégage. Wouh! Après, ceci dit, tout ça, ça va nous rapporter... Ah, ça va nous rapporter un peu d'XP. Donc, bon, on va pas cracher dessus. Mais quand même, soyons prudents. Soyons prudents. C'est vrai que... Oh oh. Les jeux Piranha Bytes, c'est pas une invitation spécialement à passer un très bon moment. Oh! Tiens, dégage. Je vais prendre une popo par contre. Parce que là, j'étais pas bien du tout. Là. Hop. De la viande crue, évidemment. Mais oui, clairement, hein, le jeu te prend pas par la main et vous l'avez vu dans le premier épisode, on est en mode facile. En mode normal, très clairement, le jeu, il est là pour te faire souffrir quand même un petit peu. Après, il a ce côté satisfaisant dans le sens où, au fur et à mesure que tu avances dans le jeu, tu vas progresser forcément, tu vas te mettre des points de compétence, des trucs, et ce qui va se passer, c'est que tu vas devenir super puissant, quoi. Et quand tu deviens super puissant, tous ceux qui te faisaient mais super mal au début, tu les déglingues. Et ça a ce petit côté, ouais, ça a ce petit côté satisfaisant. Mais pour un let's play, je me suis dit, bon, si on veut pas perdre trop de temps, vaut mieux se mettre en facile, ce sera quand même bien plus cohérent. En fait, le niveau facile d'un jeu Piranha Bytes, c'est un niveau normal d'un jeu d'aujourd'hui. Ça, faut le savoir. Hop là, il y a du monde. Ok. Est-ce que je dois contourner? Ou est-ce que je passe au-dessus comme ça? Passer au-dessus, je crois. Waouh, on va passer là, c'est très bien. Hop. Vous voyez, c'est ça, moi, que j'aime bien, c'est ne pas suivre un chemin tracé, même si, voilà, j'ai mon objectif, hein, je vais à mon objectif, mais j'aime... What the fuck? What the fuck? Je viens de me faire tirer dessus, là. Je sais pas si vous avez vu le mini laser. Ok, bah je me casse, hein. En fait, voilà, le jeu va très vite vous faire comprendre, ça c'est dans le 2, c'est un peu pareil, où est-ce que vous devez pas être, hein. Là, vous avez vu, la musique a changé d'un seul coup. Et clairement, le jeu m'a fait comprendre, bah écoute mec, t'as rien à faire là, dégage. Casse-toi. Ouais, donc faut que je sorte de là et que je contourne. Très bien. Bon, je vais me faire le rat, là. Oh, les deux rats, même. Ouah! Ouah, je vais me faire rosser. Je suis mort. Je suis mort, je vous le dis. Je suis mort. Ah, c'était sûr! C'était sûr! Ah ouais, plus d'un ennemi, c'est la mort. Ils sont là-dedans, apparemment. Ok. Bon, là, je serais peut-être à l'abri des monstres. Ce serait pas de refus, honnêtement. Alors, bonjour.
You've done well getting here alive.
Are you a sentry here?
Yes. My name is Thorgal. Just stay clear of the World Heart while you're here, then we'll get along fine. There won't be any shit, okay?
Ok.
Anything happening around here that I should know about?
I don't know. We don't have the manpower to patrol outside the palisade. It's pretty dangerous out there. You'll need to keep an eye open. There are plenty of ambush sites.
What are you doing here?
Take a wild guess. The large plant should give you a clue. We spent a lot of blood protecting this World Heart. Lives of the present to build a future for us all.
Your post seems undermanned.
Ragnar sent the men we could spare. I sent some of them with one of our cultivators to a farm near the domed city. We thought they would be able to drum up some supplies for us, but instead they've disappeared. It can't be good that they aren't back yet. It's bad enough that the group is missing, but Rock, our cultivator, is gone too. I really need Rock to help me look after the World Heart. He's the expert.
I can look for this missing cultivator.
You would? That would be helpful. But be careful. There has to be a reason why he hasn't returned yet, and you might just walk into it. The farm Rock went to is below the domed city. You should look for him there.
Ascor is dead.
Dead? What the hell happened to him?
He was murdered.
Damn. I knew it. He was just too ambitious.
Can you think of anyone who might have done it?
Me? No. Well, not specifically. He's ambitious. Or was ambitious. He always wanted to become a paladin. Last I heard, he was due to be tested by Ragnar along with some other candidates. Passing that test was all he ever wanted.
So, what do you think got him murdered?
I don't know. Ascor was a good man. Well, he was to me. But he could wind people up. Maybe he got the wrong person pissed with him. Maybe someone else was as ambitious as him.
You knew Ascor well.
Yeah, I asked if he could come out here on this assignment. But he stayed back in Goliath so he could take the warrior test.
When did you last see Ascor?
Just over 3 months ago. Not long before I came out here.
How long have you been away from Goliath?
Just over 3 months. Since then, I've been here, trying to survive in the beautiful islands of Abessa. Trying to manage an outpost with too few people and too few supplies.
And you have witnesses to your whereabouts?
Yeah. More if we can find that missing supply team. This camp by the World Heart is where I've been, and this is where I'll stay until the warlords order me back.
You must be good with a sword to have got posted out here.
Not good enough to hit someone in Edan from here, if that's what you mean.
It's obvious you didn't do it.
Yeah, well, I hope you'll find who did.
I think Ragnar must just have wanted you eliminated from suspicion.
He said to question me?
Yes, Duras told me.
Juris? Well, he's a man who stands by his duty. I hope the two of you find the murderer.
I'm working on it.
Look into whoever might have been a rival for Ascor. That's my advice.
Ok. Bon. Vous avez vu, hein, ça valait quand même bien le coup de le faire, là, pour le coup. Ouais. Très très bien. Parce que, bah voilà, on a chopé 200 d'XP et on a eu pas mal d'infos. Donc, ok, c'était pas les plus faciles à atteindre. Mais en ayant fait les plus loin en premier, les autres, ça va être de la rigolade. Et ça, c'est bon. Donc là, on va aller interroger celui qui est le plus proche. Celui qui est là-bas. Enfin, on va essayer de pas mourir déjà. Ce serait déjà cool. Après, il est pas très loin, donc ça devrait le faire. Mais voilà, on va aller interroger le deuxième. Après, je ferai la petite pause pour aller préparer à manger pour mon fils. Et puis après, on se retrouvera évidemment. Ce sera l'occasion. Ce sera l'occasion. Là, c'est vrai qu'on est plutôt calme en combat sur cet épisode. De toute façon, vous allez voir, hein, le jeu, c'est pas que du combat. Bien au contraire, hein, c'est beaucoup de dialogue. Hein, énormément de dialogue. Donc, il y a des gens qui n'aiment pas ça, que je peux comprendre. Moi, j'adore ça. Enfin, j'adore quand c'est bien fait. Quand l'histoire est prenante et tout, j'adore ça. Il y a un peu de combat, juste ce qu'il faut. Oh oh. Putain, c'est quoi ces trucs? Oh là là. Oh là là. Oh le bourbier. Il va falloir que je passe là, vraiment. What? Et puis ça envoie des... What? Et on se casse de là. What? Mais attends, des dinos qui crachent des trucs là, c'est quoi ce délire? What the fuck, man? Je me casse. Ah, attends. Note inquiétante. On sait jamais. Ils arrivent, hein, ils arrivent. Allez les gars. Ouais. Brr. Brr. Oh. Alors là, on est en train de se retrouver dans un sacré bourbier, je pense. What? C'est des mutants! Vous avez vu, tête de mort au-dessus, hein? Donc là, je vois même pas leur niveau, hein. C'est mort. Hein. Je ne m'y aventure pas ici. Ah, bah il est pas revenu à sa place. Hein. Il est toujours en train de se battre là-bas. Monsieur! Monsieur! Mais qu'il est chiant. Tu vas pas y arriver, monsieur, hein? Eh ouais, il s'appelle Molch, le machin, et tu crois vraiment qu'il va se laisser faire par toi? Bon. Écoutez... Moi je prends tout. Ah ouais, là. Ah ouais. Bah là, il s'est mis dans un bourbier. Bon bah moi, je sais ce que je vais faire. Hein. Pendant que je vais préparer à manger, je vais camper sur le toit, là. Comme ça, je sais qu'il n'y a pas grand-chose qui va m'atteindre. Oh, cool. Oh oh. Visiblement, Molch en avait après moi. C'est très Molch, tout ça. Et peut-être que quand je reviendrai du repas, il aura fini par avoir à l'usure Molch. Je n'y crois pas, mais bon, on ne sait jamais. On ne sait jamais. Je vais laisser tourner, on verra bien. Je vais faire ma micro-coupure, et puis on se retrouve juste après. Hein. Voilà, comme ça, pour vous, ce sera invisible. Allez, à tout de suite. Bon, allez, c'est reparti pour l'épisode. Alors, il s'est passé des choses, j'ai pu couper finalement. Voilà, bon, bah, ça commence bien. Enfin, ça recommence bien. Donc là, comme le petit est au dodo, évidemment, au crade, il va pas parler trop fort, hein. On va respecter un peu son sommeil. Mais au moins, voilà, ça vous donne une petite idée. Alors, ce qui s'est passé, c'est que le PNJ est finalement revenu à sa place. Et donc, je peux continuer mon épisode. Donc, j'ai sauvegardé finalement et arrêté la console. Et bah, tout va bien, comme vous pouvez le voir, il est là. On va pouvoir lui parler un peu. Rock.
Hey you, what's new from the south?
You mean Idan?
No, I'm talking about the real south, the deserts of Tavar.
Pourquoi tu t'adresses à Tavar?
Why are you interested in Tavar?
I'm sick of the shit here. Berserkers, clerics, fuck them all. It's all laws, commandments, rules, it's bullshit, all of it. Fuck rules, fuck laws, fuck the berserkers. The outlaws in the desert are the only truth. Freedom, profit, no bullshit.
You want to be an outlaw?
Yeah, absolutely. They know how to live freely. I've done nothing but work, follow orders, dig shit, and for what? To have people try and kill me for things I don't even believe in? Fuck them. I want to see the world. Instead, I'm stuck here.
Then why don't you go to Tavar?
I don't have the stores I need to get there, or the shards. But I know I could earn what I need. If I could just get the supplies I need to make it there.
Bon, déjà, on va prendre cette quête-là, ça peut être intéressant pour nous.
I will get you the supplies you need.
Thank you. I need dried meat, ration packs. And I'll need water and some sort of a weapon if you think you can get them. The water and the meat, well, there should be a number of places you can find those. As for the weapon, well, there's a farm above here. There are some outlaws there that have taken the place over. They're bound to have a weapon that will let me fit in when I get to Tavar.
Ok, donc ça, on le fera plus tard parce que forcément, on n'a pas le niveau pour le moment, à mon avis. Je vais parler de Thorgal, évidemment.
Thorgal wants you to return to the World Heart.
I bet he does, but he can go fuck himself. I'm not going back. He can go and round up a few ass-kissing, law-abiding fellows from Goliath to do his dirty work. I don't want anything to do with it, Dan. I'm going to Tavar.
Ok, qu'est-ce qui est arrivé à l'escorte qui t'accompagnait jusqu'au cœur de monde?
What happened to the escort that was taking you to the World Heart?
Let me give you a clue. A lot of claws, a lot of teeth, a lot of blood. I was only just able to get away from them. Those warriors are now rotting somewhere out there, or deep in the bellies of the beasts that attacked us. Their sacrifice saved my life, but it just goes to show, Goliath orders people to do stupid things and people die because of it. I want my freedom.
The Berserker Ascor has been murdered.
Ascor? How did that happen?
Tu connaissais Ascor?
Did you know Ascor?
Yeah, he was an arrogant asshole. He'd have done anything for promotion. It's his sort that make me want to say this. Fuck the Berserkers.
You don't seem happy as a cultivator. Did you ever think of seeking promotion?
Man, I would have to be able to read first. You can't exactly climb the career ladder if you can't read. Ascor could. That guy wanted to do everything to get promoted. He hated anyone else who could read, especially if they weren't born in Goliath.
What weapon do you use?
A sword. I hate it. That's another reason I want to join the Outlaws. I've got myself a gun, but I want some real weapons.
Were you close to Goliath 3 months ago?
No, I was out in the forest gathering supplies before I traveled out to the World Heart. I've not been close to Goliath for a year. Once I had the supplies, I came straight out to Abessa. Wait, you don't think I was involved, do you?
Do you have proof of where you were 3 months ago?
I don't know. I don't keep a diary. Depends on the day and the orders. Sometimes I was digging shit alone, sometimes finding supplies alone, sometimes marching around and building stuff where they told me to. Those days I was with people. I just did whatever they said. I didn't want to be exiled to the valley.
I don't think you killed Ascor.
Shit, what? You thought I did that? No way, I wouldn't have risked that, even though he was an asshole.
As you say.
Alors...
About the World Heart.
Yeah?
Je vais dire ça, mais à mon avis, il va pas vouloir. Ah, j'ai pas assez de charisme. Bon, on va dire...
Do you want me to tell Thorgal you don't want to work for him anymore?
No. He'll figure that out when I'm long gone. Better for me that they don't know my plans until after I've gone.
Return to your work at the World Heart, or I will kill you.
Now, hold on a minute. Who went and made you Thorgal's loyal servant?
Just get yourself back there. Or are you going to force me to make this painful?
Hey, calm down. We can talk about this civilly? Look, if you want me to go back, then at least give me a few shards so I can buy some things to make life easier.
Allez, tiens.
Here, take these shards and report to Thorgal immediately.
Thanks. At least you've been reasonable about it. You're right. I will return to Thorgal now.
Voilà. Ça, c'est fait. Du coup, ça m'a annulé l'autre quête, forcément. Alors, bon, ici, il n'y a plus personne, donc je vais pouvoir... je vais tout piquer, hein. Rien à péter. Hop. 50 élexites. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a de beau là-dedans? Rossignol, très bien, lampe. La camelote. Grand sac d'élexites, parfait. J'ai bien fait de lui donner ce qu'il voulait, hein. Finalement, pour nous, c'est que du bénéf. Vu qu'il s'est barré, moi je prends tout. On va pas se priver, hein. Regardez tout ce qu'il y a à récupérer ici, c'est incroyable. Hop. Ok. Potion de guérison. Qu'est-ce qu'on a de beau ici? Hop, je prends tout. Voilà, j'ai tout pillé. C'est bon, merci, au revoir. Alors, il me reste encore des personnes à aller voir. On va regarder un peu sur la carte. Il y a un point rose quelque part. Ça rame là. Ouah, la carte elle rame du cul. C'est bizarre qu'elle rame comme ça, elle, d'ailleurs. Très étrange. On va pas aller au point rose parce que de toute façon pour le moment ça ne m'intéresse pas. Faut que j'évite les zigotos là. Parce qu'ils sont bien costauds, donc on va faire le tour. Hein. Je pense qu'on va bien faire le tour. On va bien esquiver tout ce qui est monstre. Que vous avez vu hein, juste avant là. Même les PNJ se faisaient désosser très rapidement. C'est pas mon but de me faire désosser ici. Donc là, on va faire ça. Tac. Là, je vais bourriner. Je cours. En vrai, si je cours, il y a moyen. Hein. Ça va le faire. Hop. Hop. Petit coup de jetpack, hein. Évidemment, pour amortir la chute. Attention, là-bas, il y a un gros monstre. Plante médicinale, on la prend. Je vais descendre là. Si j'y arrive. Si j'y arrive sans bobo. Ça, ils l'ont bien amélioré sur le 2, hein, la gestion des collisions. Même si c'est pas encore parfait, c'est quand même beaucoup mieux. Franchement. Hop. Ok. On va aller voir Thorgal. J'espère qu'il est content, lui. Je crois qu'il va revenir travailler pour toi.
Rock will return to work for you again. He's on his way back now.
Good, great. I was beginning to worry about the health of the World Heart. But I know he can help me put it right. Thank you.
Voilà, 123 éclats, bah, j'ai bien fait vraiment. Donc c'est ok. Ah, gros bonnet. A remporté 1000 éclats d'Elex. Oh. Eh, vous avez vu, hein. Gros bonnet, quoi. C'est bien, ça fait plaisir. Oh, il y a du pas beau, on va se barrer de là, et vite. Ouf. Bon là, le but, ça va être de revenir sain et sauf, hein, vraiment. Mais au moins, voilà, vous avez compris, on a fait le plus dur en premier, en fait. Et c'est comme ça que j'aime bien faire, en général, dans les jeux en open world, comme ça. Je fais la mission, sauf si c'est vraiment impossible, mais en général, je fais la mission qui est la plus éloignée, la plus dure en premier. Comme ça, après, tout passe comme dans du beurre. C'est vraiment, c'est impeccable. Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? Ah, Barin.
Nothing to do.
What? Who are you? What do you want? Who goes there?
Are you a guard?
Stop asking questions and answer them. Who are you?
You're lucky I'm not an enemy.
Well, you know it's not like the Alps are going to attack these trees, is it? If there's one thing the Alps know we got a lot of, it's trees. And it's not like these trees do much. I mean, they're not going to run away while I'm asleep, are they? Did Master Thorold send you? Is there something important? Because if not, just go, okay?
What makes you think Thorold the Pilgrim sent me?
When he was still the big boss up there in Goliath, he used to reprimand me quite often. I wondered if he was still keeping an eye on me. Still, whatever. I've heard he's retreated into study. Let him play with his magic. I hope it does save us. And while he's away, I have my peace and quiet out here.
What do you know about Thorold's retreat?
Not much. It said that he is working on a plan to stop the Alps. It's something huge that would change the war in all of Magellan. You think it happens. The Alps are screwed. Just like that. No idea what it is, though. But nobody is really allowed to talk about it. Well, then nobody even really understands what he's doing anyway.
Where is Pilgrim Thorold?
Well, that is confidential. Meaning, if anyone actually knows, no one is actually safe. Maybe he will figure out how to rob the Alps of their magical strength, at least. Then good, honest warriors could go back to sleeping in nice, comfortable beds.
Now there's a future that Magellan should be fighting for. I need to ask you about Ascor's murder.
I can't tell you anything about that. Not anything that's not being said already. He should have kept his head down like me. Ambition only gets you dead. He should have picked this spot and stayed there. Why are you interested in that? Really?
Alors,
Did you know Ascor well?
Since we were old enough to crawl, our parents were friends. We grew up like brothers.
Ascor's body was found near here. Did you see it?
No. I know where he was found, but no, I didn't. And I'm glad I didn't see him. I wouldn't want to remember him like that. My duties keep me here most of the time, so I stay looking after my girls, the trees, making sure they stay safe.
Where do you go when you do get away?
Nearby. Not Goliad, if that's what you mean. I tend to stay out here these days.
Where nearby?
The lift into the Valley of the Damned. That's a good place to relax. There's quite the view of the valley there. It's a good place to let your worries just drift away.
Ok.
Have you been trained to use that sword?
All berserkers are. You think I could survive out here if I couldn't use it?
You look quite strong for somebody who's just standing around all day.
Maybe. And?
Tell me what you do know about the murder.
Me? I only know what people are saying. That they thought Ascor had run away, but he hadn't. He'd been murdered somewhere out in the forest. I was out here at the time, on guard duty.
Did anyone see you? Is there anyone who can give you an alibi?
Hilda. She was with me all night. Her and Alva, and Dagny, and Erica, Freya, Garrett, Heggie, Magda. They're the trees over there. They're my girls. Very lonely out here. So no, I have no alibi. I hope you find who did it.
Maybe you did it. You knew him. You don't have an alibi.
Well, why would I kill him? He was my friend.
Why should I believe you?
Because it sounds like you're doing something about this. Like you want to find out who did it. You should start with people who had a problem with him, not his friends.
Your friend Ascor. What kind of man was he?
Well, he wasn't a simple guy. He was my friend. Our parents were friends. We basically grew up as brothers. But he was sort of ambitious, and that sometimes... well, yes. Listen, it doesn't matter. Just forget what I said.
Ambition could give a motive, if you got in someone's way.
Well, don't look at me. I'm happy where I am. I don't give a troll's ass about promotion.
Ok. Bon. Lui, ça me paraît... paraît être bien bête. Mais est-ce que lui aurait pu faire le coup? Je ne sais pas. Alors, on va tout récupérer, comme d'hab. Que ça nous permet de nous faire de la thune. Tac. Vraiment, hein, si vous jouez à Elex, je vous conseille de tout fouiller, tout ramasser. Ce que je ferai... Oh là là. Oh là. Je m'y attendais pas, ça. Ouais, vraiment, si vous jouez à Elex, moi, le conseil que je peux vous donner, c'est ça. Fouiller tout. Et vraiment, essayez de parler un petit peu à tout le monde. Nous, ce qu'on fera ici sur le let's play, par contre, c'est que une fois que j'aurai bien avancé dans le début, hein, avec les premiers épisodes, et qu'on aura vraiment bien torché le truc, eh ben, moi, je vais faire les quêtes annexes qui ne sont pas forcément toujours très passionnantes. Hein. Il y en a qui sont très bien, il y en a qui sont en rapport avec l'histoire principale, donc c'est cool. Mais il y en a, franchement... elles sont dispensables. Honnêtement, si vous les voyez pas, c'est pas grave. Voilà, c'est juste ça. Donc du coup, ça je les ferai... Oula, bah, il a regardé la télé jusqu'au bout, lui. Ça je les ferai de mon côté. Voilà, comme ça, pour vous, ce sera que l'histoire principale et ce sera très cool comme ça, quoi. Tu veux te fight, toi? Tu veux te fight? Tiens. J'adore faire le petit saut là. Hop. Hop. Allez, on va aller chercher les autres. Mais il y a vraiment de quoi faire. Il y a vraiment de quoi faire. C'est un jeu qui est assez vaste. Et qui est vraiment très... Oh, il y a l'air d'avoir du poison ici, non? Ou je rêve, mais... Oh! Viens là. J'avais plus d'endurance là, j'ai pas eu le choix de faire ça. Ah non, il s'est barré l'enfoiré. Yes. Bon, ça c'est fait, le sanglier, on est bon. D'ailleurs, hein, s'il y a d'autres jeux dans le style que vous aimeriez voir sur la chaîne, n'hésitez pas. Hein. Moi je suis preneur. Hein. Que le jeu ait bonne réputation ou pas bonne réputation, au crade y prend. Est-ce que ça m'enlève de la vie ça? Ouais. Ça m'enlève bien de la vie, ouais. Donc on va éviter. On n'y va pas.
Who are you? What are you doing here? No one's allowed round the world, Hart.
You seem nervous.
Yeah. Normally the only people to come out here are Albs, or outlaws. Which are you?
Are you responsible for the world heart here?
That's what you care about? The world, Hart? What about the men sent with it? If we wither, it does too. Goliath should care as much about us as they care about that plant. But yes, what are we next to a world heart? Ants in history. Here we are standing by the future of Magellan, the very thing given to us in Magellan's hour of need. Maybe that's what Bourne meant. He told me being a cultivator was about learning who you are. Out here, isolated with this thing to care about, I've certainly gained perspective.
What is a cultivator?
Well, we're farmers, in the main. We grow the crops for Goliath, and we tend to the seedlings and the world hearts. The warriors act like they're the big guys, but really, they're here to protect us. Warriors might get the glory, but it's us cultivators who are changing the world.
How long have you been doing this?
Oh, I didn't want to do it. This was a sentence. I got sent here as punishment 5 years ago.
Punished? And you say you enjoy doing this?
Yeah, masochist, aren't I? Beer, women, and fights were all that used to matter. Now, I get a kick from seeing just a few seedlings a season make it all the way to mature. I can take pride from that.
How safe is the world's heart here?
You mean with the Albs scouting out Goliath? They don't seem to register it. The World Heart mustn't be their mission, or they don't know about it. They'd kill me fast enough, though. That is, if the animals didn't get me first, or I don't eat the wrong thing and get poisoned. Still, all in a day's work.
So, you're happy out here?
Happy? I don't know. I'm not dead. But if you're offering to help, there is one thing. I've not had any supplies from Goliath. Can you get them to send someone with my food supplies?
I will ask about your food supplies.
Thank you. Cinda is probably the best person to ask. She's fierce. I mean, ball-shriveling fierce. But gets things done. I'm not asking for anything special. Just the usual supply run. Or just, well, anything, to be honest. We're hungry out here.
I'll see what I can do.
Please, just don't forget. I can't farm, fight, and bring in supplies. Listen, Goliath aside, there's a plant, the cultivator's loaf. If we could collect some of that, it would help us. It grows everywhere, but we've just not had time to collect them. 4 dozen should be enough.
4 dozen?
Yes, hopefully that would last us until we get another supply run. Say, let's round it up. Can you bring me 50? It would save you a trip to Goliath.
Ok.
Why plant the world heart out here where it's in danger?
You don't understand much about our ways, do you?
So tell me.
We're changing the world with them. Wherever you plant a world heart, it extracts the elix from the ground, pulls the poison out of the soil. It makes the soil come back to life. Lets Magellan's nature return to it. So whenever we plant a world heart, life follows. The more we plant, the more of Magellan is restored. We have to plant them in places like this because it's where they make a difference. All this around us, is because of the World Heart.
So where do the World Hearts come from?
I don't know. They found the first ones, the first Berserkers. They realized what it could do, that it fed on Elix rather than dying from it, so they started cultivating them.
Ok.
What do you mean the Albs don't register the World Heart?
They don't come here. They bypass it, keeping their distance. You'd think they'd come straight for it, huh? It's eating Elix, and they sort of want all the Elix, don't they? Maybe they don't like the mana. The mutants here love it, but when they eat it, it makes them sick. Maybe the Albs can sense that, and they want to stay healthy.
Ok.
Tell me, what do you know about Ascor's murder?
Nothing, really. I don't hear much from Goliath out here.
So, you were here when he was killed?
Probably. I haven't been anywhere else in months. I only go back for supplies or to transport seedlings. When was Ascor killed?
3 months ago, around Mana's Eve.
Then I was back in Goliath sometime around then. I've lost track, to be honest, but whenever it was, I didn't see anything.
Ok.
How well do you know Ascor?
Not at all. I mean, I knew of him. People talked about him. But I don't think I ever said more than hello to him, and he ignored me. He didn't really have time for cultivators. But, you know, people can be like that. Some value our work, others think they're superior somehow.
Do you carry a sword?
Of course. It's dangerous out here.
Do you know where they found Ascor's body?
I'm guessing somewhere in the forest, or why ask me, right?
Did you hear anything else about Ascor?
Well, I'm wondering why you're not asking me about the seedling that disappeared the same night Ascor was murdered. No one seems to be asking about it, and from what I heard, it wasn't just a seedling, it was one close to maturity. I heard it was being sent to a cultivator in the hope it could go on to Tavar or somewhere as a new World Heart, but it never arrived.
You work here on your own?
Most of the time. That's part of the punishment. It didn't used to be as lonely. They'd send patrols out to check on us. But since the Albs started attacking, we've been left on our own out here. Yeah, I guess we're not a priority.
I don't think you killed Ascor.
Me? Of course I didn't.
You really don't think you have a motive?
You mean the seedling he had? I'm a cultivator. I look after a World Heart. I want to know what happened to the seedling he had. Why aren't you investigating where it went?
You're out here with a sword and no witnesses.
If I tried to attack a warrior with a sword, chances are you'd be planting me in the ground.
Where do you get your supplies from?
Directly from Goliath, normally. Sometimes we'll get something from passing hunters, but you can't rely on that.
Why have the deliveries come to a halt?
The Alb attacks. The warlords have put all the warriors on defense and cut down on the supply runs. We're supposed to be self-sufficient out here, but with more Alb attacks and more creatures, we don't have time to grow, forage, or hunt anymore.
Ok. Bon, on en sait beaucoup plus avec lui. Donc vous voyez hein, pourquoi les quêtes sont... Enfin, ce genre de quête est longue. Après ça c'est une quête secondaire mais qui est quand même assez importante. Parce qu'elle va débloquer la quête principale. Donc forcément c'est long. C'est long, ça blablate beaucoup. C'est un jeu qui parle beaucoup. Hein. Dans tous les cas c'est un jeu qui parle énormément. Ça faut le savoir. Les jeux Piranha Bytes sont des jeux qui parlent beaucoup. Mais il y a un vrai lore. Il y a un vrai univers. Tout est développé en fait. C'est-à-dire que les moyens qu'ils ont pas pour vous les mettre dans les cinématiques, etc., bah, ils mettent tout dans les dialogues, dans l'écriture de scénar, dans l'univers. Et en fait, l'univers, aussi bizarre puisse-t-il paraître, parce qu'on a du futuriste, on a des trucs un peu médiéval, on a un peu de tout dans cet univers. On a du post-apo, on a de tout. Au premier abord, tu te dis, mais qu'est-ce que c'est que ce gloubi-boulga de tout univers mélangé? Et finalement, tout s'imbrique parfaitement. Et c'est là, je trouve, où ils sont super forts, quoi. Parce qu'honnêtement, moi j'aurais pas donné cher d'un univers comme ça si ça avait pas été bien développé, quoi. Ça aurait été vite indigeste. Et là, non, c'est très bien foutu. C'est extrêmement bien foutu, même. Donc franchement, gros shout-out à eux, comme on dit. Hein. Non, franchement, c'est très fort. J'aime beaucoup ce qu'ils font. J'aime beaucoup ce qu'ils font, Piranha Bytes. Et j'espère qu'un jour, s'ils sortent un LX3, ils verront ce let's play et ils se diront eh tiens, le petit Ocrad là, il a l'air de bien aimer nos jeux. Hop, purée. Hop là. On se barre. On se barre. J'avais pas... Attendez, j'ai fait une connerie là. Je l'ai attaqué sans Pardon? Ah, il m'a craché un truc dessus. Oh bah là... Ah, c'est une mort bien décevante. Ah, il est là.
Hey, you, what are you doing? You're scaring away everything within a day's walk. You crash around like that, you'll scare off anything you can eat and attract everything that wants to make a meal of you.
I don't know these forests.
That's as plain as a horny troll in your sleeping sack. You'd better learn quick if you want to stay alive. You're scaring away the prey that is my livelihood. It's hard enough bringing in the food I have to, without some big-footed oaf crashing through the forest. Still, seeing as you aren't a natural hunter, maybe you'd like to buy some goods from me.
You're a hunter?
Yeah, I found my place. This is where I belong, with nature and for nature. I want nothing to do with Goliath.
Why not?
Too much talking, too much bullshit. Out here, peace. But you look like a talker. Is that why you're here? To talk?
What are you hunting?
Whatever I find. You can't be too picky if you want to hit Goliath's quota and feed yourself. You won't catch anyone in Goliath roasting a rot boar. They're missing good meat.
Do you want to stay a hunter?
Nothing wrong with hunting. Let other people kiss ass and climb ladders. I want to stay out here. It's bad enough they send me these half-baked apprentices.
You don't like apprentices?
Apprentices want to be hunters. I get people who don't want to be anything else, so get sent here.
You don't think they deserve a chance?
Sending them here just gives them a chance to get killed. Live day to day, having to hit your quota of meat to send home, while you train people who don't want to be here? I went hunting with Leonard a few days ago. He was so clumsy he brought a whole pack of raptors down on us. We got home here with no meat, and all of those damn raptors followed us right back here onto our hunting grounds. I'm not doing that again.
You should take care of the raptors.
Hunt raptors alone? Sure. Why not? What's the point of living, hey? Me? I'm gonna have to wait those raptors out. And Goliath will get its meat when I'm ready.
About the raptors,
Allez.
why don't we hunt them together?
I've had one apprentice almost get me killed. I don't need another amateur risking my life. And that's what you'd be doing.
Ah.
You can trust me.
I don't trust anyone.
Ok.
About the raptors. I can take care of these raptors myself.
Then can you leave your belongings here? That will be easier than collecting them from your body later.
No raptor is killing me.
Ok.
Have you found the raptor's trail?
They've been moving around a lot, but it looks like they're to the west of here for now.
Bon, par contre, on va faire ça.
A berserker was killed. The body was found in the forest.
The forest is a dangerous place.
Sociable guy, aren't you?
Sociable just means happy to talk shit. I don't talk shit.
When were you last in the forest by Goliad?
I don't know. Not for a year. This is the best area for hunting, and all Goliath cares about is me filling my quota. As long as I send them meat and fur, I can stay out here away from small talk and politics.
Do you always hunt with a bow?
A bow? Traps? You should always try and kill at a distance. Learn that, and you will live longer. I'm here to feed berserkers, not the creatures.
The berserker who was murdered was called Ascor. Did you know him?
Ascor? That asshole. Yeah, I knew him. I kept out of his way. He kissed Ragnar's ass and treated everyone else like rot boar shit.
You didn't like Ascor.
I didn't put myself in a position where I needed to. Little shit won't be missed.
Sounds like you had a grudge.
I think most people are assholes. You only asked me about Ascor. What's with all these questions? Is some asshole trying to pin this on me?
I'm questioning anyone I meet out here.
If you want an alibi for me, you'll have to go out there and speak to the raptors.
Is that your only alibi?
I'm a hunter. You want to know where I am? I'm always here in the forest.
Ok.
Teach me something.
Sure.
Alors. Résistance au froid, résistance au poison, armure. Ah, j'ai pas assez de constitution. Il va falloir que j'en mette. Hop, pom pom, 6e sens. Révèle les ennemis sur le radar. Ça, c'est pas mal, mais il faut de la ruse et de l'intelligence. J'en ai pas assez. Et il faut pas mal de points, hein. Dis donc. Là, je peux rien apprendre, en fait. À cause de ça, je peux rien apprendre. Alors, attendez. Constitution, on va en claquer un peu, parce que là... Mettre un peu de force. De la dextérité. Accroît les dégâts à distance et déverrouille les nouveaux objets. Ouais, bon. Hop, on va faire comme ça. On va partir là-dedans. Ok. Bon. Qu'est-ce qu'on a de beau là-haut? Une tasse. Un beau couteau de table. Parfait. Bon là il va pas être... Il va pas être content si je fais ça. Alors attendez, la quête. La quête. Ouais. Il faut 50 pains de cultivateur, mais il craque lui. On va regarder sur la carte où est-ce que ça se trouve. Ça a l'air d'être là-bas, ouais. Bon, faut voir, hein. Faut voir si leur niveau est trop haut, je pourrais rien faire. En revanche, si le niveau est basique, on va dire, classique, il y a peut-être moyen de faire quelque chose. Ah bah ils sont là. On va essayer de les viser. Quoi, je suis déjà repéré là? Oh, ok, c'est mort. C'est très très mort pour le moment. Vous avez vu, hein, tête de mort, donc là, moi, je ne m'y aventure pas. Très clairement. Je n'y vais point. C'est mort. Du coup... Ok. Donc, là, il m'en reste qu'un pour celui-là. On va y aller. Ouf. Pas l'air très beau non plus celui-là. Le gros balourd là. Ouais, le troll là, on va pas aller le chatouiller non plus. Après, ça veut plus rien dire au bout d'un moment, les têtes de mort, quand on a bien grimpé de niveau, qu'on a de l'équipement et tout, ça veut plus rien dire. On peut se taper des ennemis en tête de mort, faut juste pas se faire toucher, mais on peut se les castagner. Mais là, on est au début du jeu. Un ennemi avec une tête de mort, c'est la mort assurée à 99%. Faudrait vraiment être très comment dire, bah, très ouais voilà, très chanceux peut-être. Ouais, je vois que ça, hein. Je ne vois que ça. Je cherchais un autre terme, mais non, il n'y a pas d'autre terme que chanceux, honnêtement. Ou très talentueux peut-être. Si vraiment on est tatillon sur les mots. Mais clairement c'est quasi mission impossible parce que ça perd quasi pas de vie quand c'est comme ça. Et donc ça devient vite problématique. Alors, est-ce que je vais pouvoir grimper là? Je ne pense pas. Hein. Ouais. Si j'essayais quand même. Parce que je suis un gueudin. Je suis un gueude. Ah, si je me ramasse par contre, là, ça va faire mal. Hop. C'est ça que j'aime bien sur Elex. Il y a toujours moyen d'aller grappiller un peu de hauteur avec ton petit jetpack là. Même si au début il est flingué, hein, le jetpack. Dans LX2, là, quand t'as débloqué vraiment le vrai jetpack bien complet. Enfin, t'es pas obligé de le débloquer d'ailleurs. Ça reste des compétences. Et moi j'avais tout débloqué. Alors, c'était un bonheur de voyager dans le jeu quoi. J'étais là avec mon fusil à pompe en hauteur et je canardais les ennemis. Trop bien. C'était vraiment trop bien. Voilà, bon, on a réussi à grimper. De toute façon, là, on va aller voir le dernier PNJ pour la quête. Oula. Il y a des mouches ici. Ah, en effet. Il y a un mort. On va pas se le cacher, il y a un sacré mort. C'est pour ça qu'il y avait des mouches partout. Très bien. Ok, donc ouais, là on va voir le dernier PNJ et après on se quittera là-dessus hein, pour cet épisode. Je pense que c'est pas mal. Alors forcément c'est du RPG, c'est long à décoller, hein, donc je sais que je vais en perdre beaucoup d'entre vous dès les premiers épisodes, mais si vous vous accrochez, vous verrez que c'est intéressant. Enfin en tout cas j'espère qu'il est aussi intéressant que le 2. Après peut-être que le 1 était moins bon que le 2, je ne sais pas. Je ne sais pas. D'après les gens, le 1 est meilleur que le 2, mais bon. Moi j'ai trouvé le 2 vraiment incroyable. Allez, c'est parti.
About Ascor's murder. I don't think Baron did it. Ascor was his friend, and Baron just wants to be left alone. I don't see why he'd murder anyone.
All right. Even though he knew Ascor better than most, yeah, you're right. He doesn't have the energy or the motive. Frankly, I only think Ragnar wanted Baron questioned in case he had seen anything. It looks like he didn't. Let's take him off the list for now.
Ok.
Baron just wants to hunt. He didn't like Ascor, but I don't think he killed him. Besides, if he had killed Ascor, he'd have used his bow, not a sword.
Yeah, all Garen wants is to hunt. He'd have no motive for this.
It's not conclusive, but I don't think it was him.
I agree. I don't think it was him either. Let's take him off the list.
Ok.
Eardor didn't have time to commit a murder. He's tending to the world hard and looking after supplies. Besides, he's just too weak to have killed Ascor in the way you described.
Yes, I agree. I don't think Eardor was capable of this. That's one less suspect for us.
You recently became a warrior, didn't you? You and Ascor are both eligible to be paladins?
Yes, but trust me, I'm happier with my job collecting waifs and strays than becoming a paladin and going out to the front lines. I think I'm making more of a difference doing what I'm doing. Ascor, though, was a driven man. Becoming a paladin was all he wanted.
Thorgal wasn't anywhere near Goliath at the time of the murder, and he has witnesses to prove it.
Yeah, he's also too skilled a fighter to have left Ascor such a bloody mess. So, he's out as a suspect.
Rock wasn't anywhere near Goliath when the murder was committed. He didn't like Ascor, but I don't think he could have done it. I'd say he didn't kill Ascor.
I didn't think he would have the opportunity, but Ragnar insisted I look into him. I guess Ragnar was wrong.
You were right. The investigation was a waste of time. It must have been someone outside Edan. All of his suspects are innocent.
It's Ragnar we'll have to convince. He is certain one of them did it. He's not often wrong.
Then who do you think it was?
I don't know.
Then tell Ragnar that.
What about Baron? He didn't have a proper alibi, did he?
I could use your help.
Then you have it.
You think you can keep up with me? I mean, I use a jetpack sometimes.
I know. I have one that I haven't taken to the pit yet.
Can you use it though? You are a berserker.
Yeah, sometimes rules can be bent. I'll deal with any trouble.
Then let's go. There's an abandoned camp in some ruins to the west of Goliath. You can meet me there.
You lead, I'll follow.
Do you think we make a good team, Duras?
Two experienced warriors like us? I feel like there is nothing we cannot do. The Berserkers have held the Alps back with bravery and magic. This fight will call upon those qualities.
Alors,
There was no one there to say he was at his post, and of all the suspects, he knew Ascor the best.
Then it must be him. The others all have alibis, and Baron knew Ascor better than the others.
I thought you said Ragnar only included Baron in case he saw something.
Ragnar wants answers. He's insisting the murderer is found. You've questioned everyone, and Baron's the only one without a decent alibi. Do you know where Baron is?
I found him in the forest, but he said he takes time off to go to the lift into the Valley of the Damned.
Then we should go there and see what we find. You want me to come with you?
What do you think we'll find there?
Who knows? But we don't have any evidence so far, so it feels like we should check this clue out. At least so we can tell Ragnar that we did.
ok.
You're serious? You really think Baron did it?
What other leads do we have? Look, let's just check this out and then we'll know for sure.
Why would Baron talk about that place if he had something to hide?
Since when have criminals been clever? And Baron's not that smart. Maybe he just let something slip.
All right, I'll search the area near the lift that Baron talked about. What is it I'm looking for?
We won't know until we find it. Have a look around, bring me anything you find. Just don't interfere with it.
What do you mean, interfere?
Bring anything you find to me without disturbing it. Whatever you find, we should take it to Ragnar.
Then you know what it is.
No, I'm warning you. Do what I say.
Right.
Just trust me. Your life might depend on it.
Ok. Bon bah voilà, lui il va nous suivre. Vous avez vu, il était marqué vous admire, vous machin, vous inculte. Ça c'est pareil, c'est le système de relation avec les personnages qui est très intéressant hein, dans Elex. C'était pareil dans le 2. C'est très très intéressant parce que ça permet de recruter des personnages pour vous aider, tout simplement. Et comme là, par exemple, bah là il est avec moi, donc il va me suivre, tranquillou. Et par exemple, les raptors, là, je peux peut-être aller essayer de me taper un petit peu avec eux. Et ça me permet, lui, il va pas m'aider que pour une quête en particulier. Il peut m'aider pour toutes mes quêtes si je veux. Si je veux, là, je prends toutes mes quêtes annexes et je les fais avec lui. Et c'est ça qui est trop cool. Ça, c'est vraiment très très bien. Bon, là, de toute façon, pour cet épisode, on va se quitter parce que là, il commence à être un petit peu long. Mais vous avez compris, au moins, hop là. Ah, il m'a jeté. Calme-toi. Voilà, on va se quitter là-dessus. Je pense que c'est très très bien. On a fait le tour. On a compris un petit peu dans quoi on était en train de s'embarquer. Ah tiens, il y a la plateforme là-bas. Ça, je ne l'avais pas vu. On va aller la choper. C'est très utile pour pouvoir se téléporter. Voilà. Voilà, nous on se quitte ici. Je vais vous dire du coup à bientôt pour de prochaines vidéos. J'espère que cet épisode vous a plu, hein, évidemment. Si c'est le cas, petit pouce bleu, petit commentaire. Hein, et les commentaires, c'est mon moteur, vous le savez. Je vous dis à bientôt. Ciao ciao, c'était Ocrad. Et comme d'habitude, vive à fond votre passion de gamer. Ciao les amis et à la prochaine.